Hello everybody, this is Tyler here once again from the Character Workshop, now brought to you by Empire. 800-588. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not sponsored by anybody. But yes, I am talking about commercials today, but not just any kind of commercials, British commercials. Because what else would I be talking about on It Came From England? So yeah, I thought this would be an interesting topic for this series. I know some of you are probably going to think, oh, you're just trying to rip off the nostalgia critic because he does commercial videos almost every year. To be fair, to be honest, is what I meant to say. It is slightly inspired by it to some degree, but I am not going to be doing 30 minutes of just talking about, commercials. I'm only going to be doing a select few commercials for this video, and yeah, that'll be about it. I'm not going to do it for half an hour because that'll mean this episode will have to be a two-parter, just like the last one. So I'm only going to cover a couple commercials for this one. So we might as well start off with the very first British advertisement I ever saw on YouTube.
It's a lovely day and Thomas is busy as ever. But who's this? It's Emily's first outing. She's taking old Slow Coach to the fair. What a treat.
Alright, two things. One, I know it's a Thomas commercial. Don't judge me. Secondly, let's talk about the Emily model done by Hornby. What were they thinking? This looks nothing like the character does on the actual show. There's a reason why a lot of Thomas YouTubers use the Bachman Emily model for some of their videos. Because she actually looks more accurate to the show than the Hornby one. There's the Bachman, there's the Hornby. Just, it's terrible. It's definitely by far, some of you guys who are into collecting the Thomas Hornby models may say otherwise, but I think this was probably Hornby's worst Thomas model. At least one of them. But anyways, on with the rest of the commercial.
Thomas would love to have gone, but there's work to be done. But some fun as well. It's Thomas's turn to go to the circus. Now he's happy. Thomas and Friends from Hornby.
Now the rest of the commercial itself is not that bad. It's innocent. It, does a decent job, showing the product. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. If I had, like, the Hornby Thomas models or the Bachman Thomas models as a kid, I would have been... I would have loved it, to be honest. It's just like, it's very similar to how, like, the characters, look and move on the actual show. Because in the actual Thomas show, or at least before it became CGI, they used actual, like, little models for the characters. And Hornby and Bachman kind of resemble that in a way. So it's kind of like cheaper versions of what you see on TV. So I would have loved to have those as a kid. But yeah, other than my little rants on the Emily Hornby model, the rest of the commercial itself is innocent enough. On to the next one. Oh no, not this one. Just you wait and see what happens at the very end of this commercial.
Please give us £1, or we'll have to pull the trigger.
Yeah, you guys saw that. Now, this was a commercial done by the RSPCA for, raising awareness about animals in shelter, encouraging people to adopt animals from a shelter, which is a good message. I see what they're getting at, but, like, why do they have to go this route to, like, have a gun be pointed at a dog? And if you guys, like, look at the commercial over and over again, you can see, like, the dog from time to time would, like, just, look this way, look back at the camera, look this way, look back at the camera, because it knows what's coming. It knows what's coming. Like I said, I get the message, but why'd you have to do this? That dog looks legit scared. Like, for real. Like, it actually thinks that it's gonna get shot. Like, that's uncomfortable to watch. Alright, everybody, time to get your tinfoil caps on. It's conspiracy time. Now, some of you guys may know, or at least who live in America, know about the ASPCA and those commercials with that one Sarah McLachlan song that goes, "In the arms of..." Yeah, you guys know which one I'm talking about. I have a feeling they must have saw the RSPCA commercial about, you know, the dog having a gun pointed to its head, and they're like, you know what? Let's do the same thing to our audience, but instead of putting fear into their hearts, let's make them cry. And I guess it actually worked. You know, it did make people cry. Especially a lot of people in my family. Like, these commercials would often, like, come up at the wrong period of time. Like, during the holidays, people would be, like, members of my family would be like, "Come on, we're just trying to have a good time. Don't make us cry." But that's my theory. It's probably not true, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they took some inspiration from the RSPCA's commercial about animal shelters. Which, speaking of which, the RSPCA commercial was apparently so bad, well, it was so hated by a lot of people, that they had to change the commercial to have it just be the dog sitting there and not, you know, have a gun pointed to its head near the end. But yeah, definitely, if you want to get a pet, just get it from a shelter. Like, they both companies I'm talking about do have good points, but, like, they chose, like, some of the worst, like, or at least the most depressing strategies for it. Which I guess works to some extent, but, like, God. Which, by the way, fun fact, that Sarah McLachlan song that's used in those ASPCA commercials was actually originally about the heroin overdose death of a member of the Smashing Pumpkins. Their keyboard player, so yeah, that's equally as disturbing.
Rah! What you doing, Mr. Volcano?
Hello, Tyrannosaurus Alan.
Ah, yes, the Volvic commercials. Now, I'm sure just like me, a lot of you guys were introduced to these commercials thanks to YouTube poops. And I'll tell you one thing, YouTube poopers out there, I can't believe that's a phrase, but to anybody out there who makes YouTube poops, or at least back in the late 2000s and used Volvic commercials, I would like to thank you guys for introducing me to these commercials. Now, these Volvic commercials are pretty much advertising bottled mineral water, pretty much, that apparently comes from a volcano, according to their commercials. Now, their commercials pretty much are about, or at least the ones I'm going to be talking about, involve an anthropomorphic volcano named George the Volcano, and Tyrannosaurus Rex by the name of Tyrannosaurus Alan. There were about 4 of these commercials, and they pretty much talked about how hydrating Volvic water is. The first commercial pretty much had George explaining to Alan how Volvic water is made, what it can do to you pretty much.
Rain filters down through my handsome volcano rocks to create a wild mineral water that grabs life by the conkers and hydrates you till you shout, "Come on, world, I'll have you for breakfast!"
Second commercial pretty much had George adding lemon to his water to give it a fruit taste, which pretty much promoted fruit-flavored Volvic water.
Well, my birds do like a twist with their water.
Your birds? You can't say that.
My birds! They like a fruit flavor when they're hydrating. Look! Birds!
Third commercial pretty much had Alan explaining his day to George, George recommending him Volvic Revive, which pretty much has this thing called Gene Scene, and just go look at this clip and see what the other word is. Make your own interpretation of what it is, because I cannot figure out how this word is pronounced.
Gururana, 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 Gururana.
I keep thinking it's saying Gururama, whatever that is, but I don't know. It's a weird word. And for a while, I didn't even know what Gene Scene was until I started having Mountain Dew Voltage, which has Gene Scene in it, so now I kind of know what that is. But whatever that other mineral is, or whatever other ingredient used for Volvic Revive, hell if I know. And then the last commercial done by Volvic relating to George and Alan was another commercial relating to Volvic Revive. This one was very short. It just had, like, Alan eating a rock made of, like, a stegosaurus because he's out, like, hunting other creatures, of course. That's what T-Rexes do, pretty much. They're pretty much hunters. They go after other animals.
Stimulating new Volvic Revive will help keep Alan alert for all his busy carnivorous plotting. Right, Alan? Yeah! New Volvic Revive.
Those were the Volvic commercials. Pretty weird to look at. Pretty interesting. They were actually done using puppets, which is funny, because for a while I thought they were done in stop motion, but no. They were done using puppets, according to a behind-the-scenes video I saw a while back on YouTube. Unfortunately, it's not around anymore, but yeah, they're puppets. But yeah, those were the Volvic commercials. Pretty entertaining. If it wasn't for the YouTube hoops, I probably would have never heard about these commercials or seen them, so to those of you YouTube poopers, thank you.
Hey babe, I could really do with a snack.
Yeah.
Alright. I know what you guys are going to be saying. Tyler, you do realize we have this commercial here in America too. But just take a listen between the two different versions, because this particular M&M's commercial got redubbed in the UK. I'm going to show you the American clip, and then I'm going to show you the UK clip.
Hey babe, I could really go for a snack.
Yeah.
Hey babe, I could really do with a snack.
Yeah.
Yep. This American M&M's commercial got redubbed for the UK. At least the human actors. Red's voice is pretty much the same.
Get in the bowl.
You get in the ball.
Get in the bowl.
You get in the ball.
Which is the case with all the English language countries out there. America, England, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. M&M's characters have the same voices, like Red's voice in America, done by Billy West, is heard in Canada and the UK as, you know, Billy West doing Red's voice, pretty much. You get what I'm saying. The M&M's voices are the same in all English language countries. But yeah, a little interesting that they had to, like, dub the human actors for some reason. I'm honestly not sure why. But yeah, which, by the way, I actually will be doing a future episode at some point talking about dubs, whether it be UK dubs of American shows or American dubs of British shows. I'll be talking about that in the future, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to mention this because it's a little interesting, and I'm curious about what you guys think. Did you think dubbing that M&M's commercial was necessary? Or did you think they should have just kept it the way it was? I'm curious to hear what you guys think.
M&M's. Bring 'em all home.
Really? Couldn't find a bigger bowl, huh?
But yeah, those were a few British advertisements that I took a look at in this video. Wasn't very many. I didn't want this video to go super long, so I apologize if it was, like, pretty short for you guys, but I didn't want there to be another two-parter anytime soon after that whole Snape and Teletubbies fanfic I did last time. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode regardless. Stay tuned for more episodes to come. If you liked the video, feel free to give it a like. Hit subscribe if you want to see more episodes of It Came From England and mediocre plush content in general. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. That is about it. This is Tyler from the Character Workshop, signing out. Next episode... You know, I'm actually unsure what I'm going to be talking about in the next episode, to be honest. I'll probably put it in the credits, but I don't know for sure. But stay tuned to see what's going to be next. Hey, this wasn't the hat that I was normally used for these videos. Normally I use my Rocco hat, but I accidentally chose my work hat for some reason. I feel stupid.